hard for you to learn our alphabet? Is it hard for you?
Hard?
Hard to learn our alphabet.
Oh.
A, B, C, D.
Uh-huh.
Because you have different types.
But difficult or not difficult?
Yeah.
Difficult or not difficult, that's, I think, the same. The same that you learn your language.
Thank you.
You know, when I went to Germany, I think, oh, Deutsch is really hard to speak because so many clusters. You know, Deutsch or German, really hard to speak. But when they look at children, German boy, they can speak fluently. They say, oh, you see that? You got the answer? That's very hard for me because of so many clusters when you speak Deutsch.
You said you're recording the Dhamma talk. Is it on the internet for us to listen to it? Yeah.
Dhamma?
You said you have the laptop to record the Dhamma talk.
Yeah, Dhamma talk 20 minutes.
Is it on the internet for us to listen?
No, that Dhamma talk that's direct to that man. And the man offer the laptop. And he said that he would like to to send this message all over the world to the people. If they know this message, then the people will stay in the peaceful life.
Yeah.
See that? Because they want to see the whole world in peace. No more fighting, no more violence. You see that?
Very good, yeah. Is it available?
Available. If but you have to ask you now.
Okay.
If you stop biting yourself and you stop warfare with yourself, and then no more war outside. The war happened from you, from your mind. Can you understand that? This the message that I try to send to you. So be pleased to yourself and don't bite yourself anymore. And who want to bite yourself? Because you bite yourself without mindfulness, because you don't know that you are biting. When you know, you are not biting yourself. You see that? Can you get me?
Yeah.
So this is the laptop for that.
I thought like you would record the Dhamma talk and put it somewhere online.
On YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube.
It is there.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
How can we find it?
Pardon?
How can we find it? What is the name of it?
In English, I don't put now, but I will put in the future.
Okay.
But now I put only in Thai language.
Okay.
If in Thai language you just say good Dhamma from Suan Mok. Good Dhamma from Suan Mok, and then you can see that YouTube. You can see me. Not me. Post that in YouTube. Some medical teacher, doctors who came from Mahidol University from Bangkok. He came to Suan Mok and they listened to me and they record after recorded and they said, oh, it's very good. The other people should listen too. So they post that in YouTube. Because I don't know how to post. And now I am learning. But not very hard now. You just You just apply for YouTube and then you just post on YouTube. That's very simple. The first computer, before you use computer, is very hard. You have to study about the language of computer. Special language. You have to study. If you don't know the language of computer, you cannot use computer. But computer today is very simple.
Right.
Oh, you are a baby boomer also. This 71. She has been here many times. From this place. She has been here since Rosemary and Steve were here. And she donated a lot of money for this center. So she came here and she feels that losing the last picture. In those days, when the people came here, they are very disciplined when they practice. And Rosemary and Steve, very selected. The people who came here has been select. If you cannot speak English, he will not receive to have here. So now we change the policy, and that's, you can see that's good. Also, that's open for the people all, because the people who have some problem about the discipline, that they have the problem. So if we can help them here, that's better than you just kick them out. You understand me? So if you do that, you can select only good people. And then what happened to the people who still have problems? You understand that? Like one story, in a monastery, the monk has 9 disciples, and that disciple number 9, very aggressive, very violent. He steals things from the other people from 8. So 8 people, they don't want these people stay in this monastery. They come together in group. 8 people come to the monk, and they said, please kick this man out. If you don't kick this the disciple number 9 out, all of us 8 people will leave this monastery. What happened then? If you are the monk, what are you going to do? You want to kick that people out and then keep 8 people with you? What are you going to do?
Keep the one.
Oh, okay.
He
Great.
needs the Dhamma more.
Great.
So let the 8 go.
Yes. The monk make his decision like you. He said, all of you, 8 people, 8 disciples, you are good. So you can leave monastery. Anywhere you can stay because you are good people. You have no problem at all. So, but the last one, the number 9, you have to be with me. Because you are very weak, you have problem. If you go out, nobody want you. You see that? This I compare to Rosemary and Steve, select the people who come here. So now, you have to be proud of yourself. So try to help me. Please discipline more, and then you will gain your benefits, and you will gain more fruitful from your practice. Because that your benefits. And your benefits will reflect to me also. Because you and me, just one person, we live together. That some people say, only you pick up a flowers, it's shaking to the star. You understand that idiom? You pick up only one flower, can shake the star in the sky. That means when impact impact to the star. So things in the world just connected. Why UN try to to find the forest for World Heritage? You know World Heritage? Huh? And now in Thailand we have the jungle or the big forest for World Heritage. That means this jungle in Thailand that will influence all over the climate all over the world. You see that the things connected in that way. Can you see that? So this your benefits will what? Impact to me also. Can you get what I say? So, if you are number 9, you have to stay with me. Don't go away. Can you get that? And today I'm going to talk about what? That I mentioned yesterday about 4 noble truths. I review a little bit. We have been talking about suffering. That's the first one. First noble truth, suffering. And 2, we're talking about cause of suffering. And I just started number 3, about the end of sufferings. And each noble truth, you have to answer 3 questions. Remember? Have to answer 3 questions. What is it? How to do with it? Have you done with it? You remember? And then, what is the end of suffering? What is the end of suffering? That's, they use English word, like what? Quenching. You know quenching? What would like to explain quenching?
Satisfying.
Quenching, like the fire burn and then just calm down.
Yeah.
Just quenching.
Thirsty and you drink, and you quench your thirst.
Yeah.
Extinguish it.
And then quenching? Oh.
Extinguish.
Yeah. About the other, my good friends, can you understand quenching? Quenching, that means after you put the fire and the fire calm down, then cool. That's the end. The end of suffering. Cool. So that's like nirvana or Nibbana in Pali. Nibbana or Nirvana. That's, you have cool life. That means no more ignorance, no more egoism, no more suffering, no more biting, no more positive and negative. You see that? So, the end of suffering, like Nirvana. But this quenching or nirotha in Pali, nirod, that means end of suffering. If it's end by nature, that suffering will come again. But if end by right knowledge, you see, by right knowledge, and then that will no more suffering. But when you have suffering, if you don't solve that suffering, anyway, the law of nature, that suffering will end. So when you have suffering, you have problems. If you don't solve the problem, you just stay, and then that problem will go by nature, by law of nature, because nothing permanent. You see that things change. You just stay, and then everything changes. But when it changes, and then that problem will come again, because that is end by nature, by ignorance, but not end by the right wisdom. You see that? Can you get me? So, even suffering will end. One man, he's a missionary, and he said, when I go by train, and then if the train very crowded, I don't have seat, but I have to stay in the narrow place. I have to be patient because I know that's not all of my life I have to stay in that position. You see? But anyway, I have to get out of the train. You see? That he see what? The things change, not permanent. So be patient when you have problem. If you don't know how to solve, you just stay quietly and then the problem will end. You see that? Do not make your decision to commit suicide. Do not make your decision to commit suicide or kill yourself. No, when you have problem. So just stay. If you don't know how to solve the problem, you just sleep. You see that? This quenching. Okay. But anyway, all problems, when a problem arise, and after that, the problem will end. Okay, I will show the example. When you get angry with someone, you cannot have that angry all days. And not very long. You observe. When you get angry, maybe only 10 minutes or 30 minutes at least. If you get angry all day, you will die. Right? you cannot stay. Right? That's the way nature will adjust your life all the time. Okay? And then that's the end of suffering. And then how to do with it when that suffering ends? How to do? That now you have no more suffering. You are free from suffering. How to do with it? So all of you have what? Temporary nirvana, that's temporary quenching, temporary cool life, temporary freedom, you have all. And when you have that position, when you have that feeling, how you do with it? How to do? And have you done it? You see? So you answer the second question first. How to do with it? Juliette, you know how to do with it? Where is Alisa? Alisa from Russia. Is she or? How? Linda? Pardon?
The right wisdom.
Right wisdom? It's end already, there's no problem now. Pardon? The Buddha said you have to observe and realize. Right. Observe and realize. You will see, when you don't have any problem, any suffering, how do you feel? You feel great, you feel comfortable, you see? Do you want to have this or not? If you want to have this, and then come to the last noble truth. See that? If you want to have, and what happened to the last question? Have you done it? When you get angry with someone, and when the anger gone, did you observe? When no anger in you, how do you feel when the anger disappears? Oh, it's great. When you are angry, what happened? that you burn yourself, you bite yourself, you kill yourself at that time. You see, that's different. You can compare. So, if you know this, and then from that point, no more angry or no more anger with anything, no more conflict, no more frustration. That's the kind of angry also. You see that? No more. Because your life don't want to have that kind of feeling. You see, enough, once and enough. So get angry one time and no more all of your life. If you get angry and get angry again, that means you are very stupid. I would like to say that. But that you never learn. When you get angry, you have to learn. If you learn and then you no more. From now, I don't want to get angry anymore. Clear? So, the last question, you have to say, I have done it. That means you have been observing and you realize it. And from now, you don't want to have that suffering anymore. Clear? And then the last noble truth. What is the last noble truth? The way to get out of suffering. What is that? That we call the last noble truth, we call Magga. Magga is the way. Magga or Manka in Pali. So, Dukkha, Samudaya, and then Nirodha, and then Magga or Manka. Manka, that means the way. In Pali, Manka is the way, or we translate into English the path. P-A-T-H, the path, like the road. P-A-T-H, path. So, they use the word eightfold path. Eightfold path. Eightfold path. It doesn't mean that 8 paths, only one path, but composed of 8 components. That we call eightfold path. One path, but composed of 8 components. Did you get that? There's only one road, not 8 roads. Clear? What are they? Eightfold paths. All eightfold paths conclude only one word. Only one word. The rightness. Right. R-I-G-H-T. The rightness. Only one word. So how you can run your life with the rightness? Rightness from thinking, talking, and doing. What is right thinking? What is right talking? What is right doing? Sum up with only one sentence again. This is very simple. The right, that means it doesn't dangerous to any person. It doesn't harm you, it doesn't harm the other people. That's the right. Very easy, huh? So, when you think that's very dangerous to someone, that's not right. So, the right thing, even think, talking or doing that without violence, without harming anyone, or will take advantage to anyone. That's the right thing. So it comes from the first one, from it, the first one, the right view. Right view. You know right view, R-I-G-H-T, right view. In Pali we call Samma Titi. So in Pali, we will use the word Samma. Samma, this means right. All eightfold. Just start it with Samma, 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 Samma all the time. That's the right. And now, I will ask you, even your position now, you are at the right position of life. How many positions that your life living? How many positions? You don't know? Oh, that's very, you have to see the basic position. How many? First, lying position, you lying down. The second one is sitting position. The third one is standing position. The last one is walking position. That's 4 positions. You see that? Only 4. Lying, sitting, standing, and walking. And now, which position that you are? So when I'm talking, I would like you to practice immediately. Sitting. And which position is right, which position is wrong. How you can judge this position right, this position wrong. You see? So, Dhamma, when you talk Dhamma, you have to bring to practice. And about lying. Did you sleep well last night? You sleep at the right position? You sleep at the right... which position that you sleep? The right side, like this? Right? Did you?
Sometimes back, sometimes left.
Oh, many positions. That I asked my student. Oh, I can remember. I cannot remember. And when did you sleep? I don't know. That's very dangerous. You see, if you have mindfulness, even you sleep, you know when you fall asleep. That I talked to you at the beginning. When you sleep, you have to observe your breathing. You breathing in or breathing out when you sleep last night? Breathing in, really? Oh, that's perfect. That you have mindfulness, you know yourself even you going to sleep.
I didn't fall asleep, but I started to see images and kind of dreaming.
Oh.
I thought it was breathing out, but I noticed carefully I see breathing in.
Oh. So you sleep with breathing in?
I don't know, maybe I wake up later or dreaming a little different before sleeping. I don't know.
Oh, but that's your mindfulness that's gone. It's gone.
I don't know.
You don't know that. If you have mindful, you know. If you don't know, this means you don't have mindful. Right? Mindfulness means you know what happened to you.
So you're awake all the time.
Huh?
When you lie down, all the hours you sleep, you are awake.
If you have mindful, it means that you are awakened. So why we call Lord Buddha the awakened one? This, even he fall asleep, but he awakened because he have mindful even he fall asleep. You know the meaning. So awakened one, that means even you sleep, but you know when you fall asleep. Did you get that? Oh, you don't know exactly, so you have to practice more. And this thing, you can use for your life, and when your last time of your life, when you are going to pass away from this world, and at that time, very important, if you know the last minute of your mind. If you don't know, and your mind will dizzy, but it's very complicated. that means you get suffering before you pass away. But if your mind peaceful, and then that means you free from suffering before you pass away. Did you get that? So this your mindfulness very very important for you even now and until the end of your life. Okay. So the world view. This what? Right view. Right view. Right view. That means you have to see. You have to see the right things. What is what? As it be. What is what? Like you see, all things is impermanent, it's changing. See that? Nothing permanent that you see. And then when you see this, that will lead to no more clinging, no more attachment. You see that? So the first pole, that's very important. If the right view, and then the other will all right. If you have the wrong view and the other will wrong. From 8 folds. The first one, the most important. If the first one right and the other will right. See that? So I will show you the example. When you have right view and then you have right thoughts, you have right speech, you have right conduct, you have right livelihood, you have right mindful, you have right concentration, you see, right? Because you started from the right view. If you have wrong view, all wrong. One day, my friend and I go to the garden before the dawn, before the sunset. That's almost the curtain of darkness cover in my garden. Can you see the atmosphere at that time? No, you cannot see the thing in the garden very clear, you know. So my friend really afraid of the ghost. He afraid of the ghost. And when we walk in the garden, a friend of mine saw a ghost because he afraid of the ghost, and he saw the ghost, and then he said, "Oh, the ghost!" And then he pulled my hand to run, and I pulled his hand back. Don't go. And then I have my torch, torch or my flashlight. I flash to the image that he said, the ghost. When I flash to that image, that's only a leaf of palm oil. A palm oil, that's it. The leaf is going to fall down, and then when the wind blows, and the leaf just shaking. And they said, "No, that's not the ghost. That's not the palm leaves." And then we will not run then. Can you see the example? What happened to the first one? The first one is wrong view. The second one is right view. So right view, and then right thoughts, right speech, and right action. You see that? The first one, when you have wrong view, you have wrong speech, you have wrong thoughts, wrong view, wrong thoughts, wrong speech, wrong action. You see the same? Can you see this example? So if you see the right and then all right, so very important. Why we try to emphasize about all things are impermanent, transient, and not real self. You have to see this all the time. If you see this, that's the right view. And then you You will not think to grasp. You will not. You are not the selfish. You will not have the egoism. You see, this started from the right view. So the right view and then the right speech. No, right view, right thought, right speech, and right conduct, and then right effort. 8 folds. Okay. Number 1, right view. Number 2, right thoughts. 2, 3, right speech. 4, right conduct. 5, right livelihood. 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 And 6, right effort. Effort. And 7, right mindfulness. And 8, right concentration. That's 8 phone pairs. And from 8 phone pairs, you will get the result or the fruit from 8 phone pairs. That means from your work, you will get what? The benefits. 2 more rights. Number 9 is what? Number 9, right jhana. That means you have right knowledge. And the last one, number 10, right freedom or right liberation. That's the complete one. So from 8 phone pairs, add more 2 because 8 phone pairs, that's the cause. And the effect or the result from 8 phone pairs come up with 2 rights. Number 9 is right knowledge or right jhana. Number 10 is right vimutti. Vimutti, that means right freedom. So we call this Sammata 10. Sammata 10, that means Sammata in Pali. Sammata 10, that means rightness 10. From 1 to 10. That the complete path to get away from suffering. Pardon? Number 5? Yes?
I want to say we have the 8 Wat Kow behind you on the wall.
Oh.
Recognize?
Can you see it?
Yes.
Can you see it?
8 Wat Kow.
They decide to have 8 phone pairs on here. Only 1 pair, but 8 components. Can you count? 8? Number 5 and 6. 5. What is 5? 5 is right conduct? No. Okay, I review. Right view, right thoughts, right speech, right conduct. Right conduct, and then right livelihood. LIVE.
Good job.
Pardon?
Good job.
Huh? Your job, okay.
How you make money?
Your job, your work. Livelihood. Okay. Can you get that? Okay. Livelihoods like the monk, they have to run their life by doing their duty. Duty of monk, that you have to get the food from the villagers. You see that? That the monks run their life by offering food from the villagers. And how you run your life? From. That means maybe it means your career, that livelihood. And number 6. Number 6, right? Number 6, right effort. I will explain about the detail each fold afterward. Right effort, and then number 7, right mindfulness, and number 8, right concentration. Okay, I will group from 8. It has 3 groups. 8 phone pairs we can group in 3 groups. 1 and 2, right view and right thoughts. That's we call the wisdom. The wisdom, or in Thai we call panya. Panya is from Pali. Panya, that's the wisdom. This from view and thoughts, you see, from wisdom. And number 3, right speech, right conduct. Right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, and that's it. These 3 we call what? Your body and your speech. That means in here is like precept. Your precept we call sila or sin. Your precept, that means you have to follow the rules of regulation in society. You see that? Like your speech we have here, you don't make lies. See that? The precept. So you have to say the good words. That means that word useful and the truth. 2 components for talking. That thing is true and useful. If that thing useful but not true, you cannot talk. That means in the West they have the white lie. You know white lie? You understand? Even white lie, you will not say. And when the people know that you are the people who make lies, and then afterwards they don't believe you. Can you get me? Mm-hmm. Huh? True and useful. Useful. If that thing useful but not true, you don't speak. Both. You have to have both, and then you speak out. Some is true but very dangerous, so you cannot speak. Even the true. You see? Like I saw you that you smoke opium last night. So I came and tell the people in the public. That's true, but not useful. That means dangerous for that people. You see that? True, but not useful. You see that? So you have both true and useful. Normally, over talking create a lot of problems. You know, we have only one mouth, but we create a lot of problems. So, if you can control your speech, and you will reduce a lot of problems. You make enemies because of your speech. You can kill your friend or your Kalayanamita or loving kindness from your talking. So I will talk about this afterwards, about the speech. That's very important. And in fact, talking, that's not the origin of the problem. The origin of the problem comes from the mind. Even sometimes you don't speak out, but you speak inside. But when you speak inside, that you hurt yourself, but when you speak out, you hurt the others. When you think inside, that means you bite yourself. But when you speak out, that means you bite the others. Right? So, this is the way to get out of suffering in Eightfold Path. So, from number 3, 4, 5, that's we call sila. Sila, that means precepts. That's the regulation that we have to follow, that we have to live in the society. And number 6, that right effort. Right effort. 6, 7, and 8. That's for the mind. Effort for the mind. That means we call samadhi, seen, samadhi, panya. In Bali, seen, samadhi, panya. Seen, that means precept. Samadhi, concentration. And panya, that means wisdom. Can you get that? So, but it's reverse. Here we say panya, seen and samadhi. Panya from the two folds, from right view and right thoughts. You see, that's panya, or wisdom. And then from right speech, right conduct, and right livelihood. That's for precepts. That's because seen, sila in Pali. And the last 3 is right effort and right mindfulness, right concentration. That's for samadhi or for the mind. See that? And then from 8 back to 3. From 3 back to 1. What is 1? On Eightfold Path, to get freedom from all. You see? From 8 to 3. From 3 to 1. 1 does mean freedom from all. That when you are free from suffering, you're free from egoism, you're free from biting, you're free from ignorance, you're free from positive and negative. You see, that you are free from all. And when they say all, you can say about all from 6 sense doer, contact with 6 sense object. This complete knowledge, that's the end of suffering, because you are free from all. Clear? The time is over. Then I will explain to you more about Eightfold Path, each fold from right view, right thoughts, and how to do the right thoughts, how to do the right view, how to do the right speech. You see, that I will bring into practice. Okay? Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking some notes, taking how to bring to your practice. Anjali?
Anjali.